Before this video starts, I'd like to note that this was recorded in pre-4, not the actual release, so there may be some changes with all the blocks that are actually in the full version of Minecraft. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a little bit of a different video. Today we are looking at all the new blocks added in 1.17. Before we get started, please be sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button and leave a like if you enjoy the video. To kick things off, we have got the glow item frame. The recipe is extremely simple. All it requires is a glow ink sac and an item frame. The item frame does not emit any light, but it does light up everything inside of it. Next up on our list is powdered snow. Powdered snow can be collected by using a bucket and right-clicking on the block, and you can place the block by right-clicking on the ground with this powdered snow bucket. Powdered snow is one of the few blocks in Minecraft they can actually fall into, and when you do fall into it, you'll slowly begin to freeze over and eventually you'll take damage. Wearing a pair of leather boots will prevent this from happening. Next up on the list is Tough. This block spawns between levels 0 and 16 in the overworld. Next up on the list is Tinted Glass. This block acts the same as normal glass, but it does not allow light to bleed through. Next up on the list is Rooted Dirt. It's pretty much just a decorative block, similar to dirt and coarse dirt. I don't think this block will spawn naturally until 1.18 comes out with all the new world generation. Next up on the list is Skulk Sensors. Currently these items can only be attained through the /give command. Skulk Sensors pretty much just detect sound, and whenever they detect a sound, they will emit a redstone signal. This includes placing blocks and even walking around. Next up is Hanging Roots. These will generate along with lush caves whenever they get released in 1.18. Next we've got Glow Lichen. These emit a very small amount of light and will generate in caves. In 1.17 we will also see the moss block and moss carpet block. These will not generate naturally until 1.18 when lush caves are added. Next up is the block of amethyst and budding amethyst. These blocks will actually generate naturally in 1.17 since we are getting amethyst geodes. The big difference between a block of amethyst and the budding amethyst block is the fact that amethyst cluster can grow from budding amethyst block. Next up are azalea. There are two variations of this. One has flowers and one does not. Furthermore, we also have azalea leaves. Again, these come in two variations. The next item on our list is cave vines. These will not naturally generate until 1.18 when lush caves are released. Glowberries grow on cave vines and they emit quite a bit of light and they can actually be consumed by the player. Placing glowberries on the bottom of a block will cause cave vines to appear. Next up we've got big drip leaves. These will not naturally generate until 1.18 when lush caves are released. If you stand on a big drip leaf for too long, you will eventually fall through it. Next up we've got the big drip leaf's little brother, small drip leaf. This block will not support your weight for any amount of time. Next up we've got dripstone block and pointed dripstone. Dripstone block can be crafted by placing 4 pointed dripstone in a crafting bench. Moving on, we've got calcite. Calcite currently has no uses and can be found around amethyst geodes. Next up, we've got candles. Candles emit very little light, and you can place up to 4 candles on a singular block. You can craft candles using string and honeycomb. Candles also come in many different colors. You can dye a candle by placing any color of dye in a crafting bench with a plain candle. Next up, we've got Deep Slate with all of its variants. We also have new Deep Slate ores and new textures for original ores. Copper ore has also been added in. In the same vein, no pun intended, you can craft raw ore blocks by placing any raw material in a 3x3 shape in a crafting table. And of course, we have all the copper block variants with the slabs, stairs, and everything else, as well as the oxidized versions of that. And last but not least, we have the lightning rod. This will direct all lightning away from your home and towards itself. And that wraps up this video. I hope you all enjoyed the video and possibly learned something new from it, and I will see y'all in the next one.